Welcome back to the swamps of Dagobah.
She blinded me with thermal detonators.
I was actually going to say we blinded you with seizure rays because Jiminy Christmas Technicolor explosion. Alright, so yeah, we have officially landed on Dagobah, which means we must begin Luke's force training and continue to berate you guys or to plaster seizure colors all over your face. Because I got lots of thermal detonators on Dagobah. There's lots of enemies on Dagobah. But you might notice something has just barely changed in the above gauges. You might notice that we have a second meter now.
Yeah, we got a force meter.
We didn't have that before. And the reason being is that this is where Luke began his force training. So now we can learn some various force abilities. Which is always something that I hate to admit, but it has to be said. The Star Wars games have always had a difficult time of explaining force abilities, especially in trying to make the Jedi look cool compared to the Sith. Why? Because the Sith get all the cool stuff. They get the force jokes, they get the force lightning, and Jedi are always considered to be, you know, the peace-loving sort, and therefore they get like communication with animals, healing, diplomacy, mind trick, that kind of stuff. Oh, look, and we found R2. Yay!
You've seen R2 like about.
Well, I was trying to get as much secrets as I can because I actually had a little bit of a flub here. R2, there you are! Are you alright? Next time you be more careful. Now all we have to do is find this Yoda. Actually really good pixel art if you consider it. And of course, we also have stuff in the foreground, so it's going to block off Super Empire Strikes Back. So like I was saying, it's very difficult to make the Jedi powers look good. And so I do not feel bad for this trying to do that, but again, failing. It wouldn't be until literally the Old Republic, the MMO The Old Republic, when we actually had the Force look cool for the Jedi. Maybe even Knights of the Old Republic, but I don't remember enough about that game to... I think they did get some good abilities, but... This one is actually going to give us some Force abilities, and I'm just going to spoil you guys right now. Aside from a few abilities here and there, it's not that good. So I'm just going to prepare you all now, so you don't scream at me later. It's not that great. But here we are on the wonderful planet Dagobah, a great place for the Force to gather. I don't know if you actually knew this, Alex, but they've actually since put in lore that certain planets actually can harness the abilities of the Force more, or they can harness the cosmic, the pure Force, and Dagobah is one of them. That is why it's so potent with the Force, and that's why Yoda goes to it at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
You died.
So he can become one with the Force, so to speak. So this is where I made a major flub. And this is what I was talking about in the cutscene. I accidentally saved where I should have loaded. And so you guys might notice that in the Dagobah scenes, I'm not using a blaster. I don't have my high-end blaster anymore. I have to go and collect the power-ups again. I'm not happy about this. It's adding frustration. But that's not the point of this. We need to find Force abilities. Yeah, the other thing, too, that's kind of frustrating is the Dagobah section, since it's the training, is how you find your Force abilities. And if you don't find them, all of them, you don't get them. Which can, in turn, hurt you when you go to face Vader.
Right.
Because you need to have as many abilities as possible. In particular, 2 abilities. Otherwise, the last couple of levels are a nightmare. And the 2 that I'm talking about, people already know about this, but one is Force Elevation, which is basically, if you miss that platform, you get a do-over. You can literally hover yourself over to the platform and save yourself. Okay? That's pretty good, right?
Yes.
The other one is a usual Jedi ability, Force Heal.
Gosh, those things don't want to die.
You can actually heal a portion of your health based on your Force gauge. You need this if you wish to survive Vader. Because he is an endurance fight. Overall. This is why my brother never beat him. It's because we never do that. So you can imagine the frustration that this creates. So here's your force gauge, by the way. And we already do have the 2 abilities we need. Elevation and healing. In healing. You can eventually get other ones like Saber Reflect and Saber Deflect and Saber Control. You'll like Saber Control, because have you ever seen a Star Wars game where they throw their lightsaber and then it comes back to them like a boomerang?
Yes.
That's what Saber Control is. So if you want to do that, you can literally destroy things on the screen, but it's not recommended. You will burn through your force gauge. And unlike your health gauge, where you get health swords that make it longer, not here.
Not here.
I think Super Return gives you a bigger gauge, because you're more of a veteran Jedi at that point, but not in this one. They literally made it feel like you're an apprentice of the Force.
What are you doing in the corner?
Trying to find secrets, trying to find Force power-ups. And at this point, I'm also trying to figure out... So I have to reteach myself how Force abilities work. And I have to remember, like, what buttons do what. And here's the other frustration. Where the other Force abilities actually do have a button prompt, Elevation doesn't. Do you want to know how you activate this, Alex?
Huh.
You literally push up on the joystick.
Wow.
Oh, I want to go up? Okay. Unlike the other ones, which is just if you want to use your thermal detonator, you use the same ability. Or the same button. But yay! Now we're elevating, and we're looking for all the secrets that can be found on Dagobah. Yay! But you'll notice we haven't found Yoda yet. So can you technically say we've started our Force training?
I guess we have.
And now you'll get additional additional power-ups, which is just refilling your Force gauge.
Oh, cool.
This is why Darth Vader is an endurance fight, because you will be gathering these a lot to survive. Whee! Force power-ups! Lots of health. And the funniest thing is, the Dagobah levels are actually the shortest levels. Like, when you look at the map, they are the shortest freaking levels in this game. And it's partially because you're out there looking for the Force power-ups. It's almost like they did a Sonic level before a Sonic level. They encouraged you to explore. Oh no! I ran out of Force. My strength with the Force is very weak.
The Force is strong with this one.
Not quite. Not quite. Maybe later in Last Jedi it was, but no, Luke is pretty weak here. Nah, screw you. These are basically what I like to call the Dagobah Wampas, because it's roughly the same model, except different animations and different look. But the same skeletal model. And you guys can't see him, but we found Yoda.
And you killed him.
I did kill Luke. I did. And I killed Yoda, too.
You wish to become a Jedi? I have trained Jedi for 800 years. To become a Jedi takes the deepest commitment, patience, and the most serious mind. A Jedi's strength flows from the Force. Feel it you must. Life creates it and makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. You must feel the Force around you, everywhere. Do or do not.
Yeah, that's one way to sum up all the dialogue. So, this is actually one of the toughest boss fights that you will encounter in this game, is the final Dagobah level, which is where we're at right now.
Invisible.
Now, that's actually another Force ability that's kinda helpful, is if you have a bunch of crap on screen and you just can't dodge it all, you can turn yourself invisible and make it so you're getting no damage. But as you might expect, Alex, it's on a timer, and the timer is your Force gauge.
Yeah.
So, not a good idea to use it. See what I mean? Like, elevation, you guys are already seeing, it takes a minor amount, but enough to be a problem. And Force Heal will heal you, but depending on how much Force you have, if it gives you a bigger heal, it's going to take more of your Force gauge. And the other problem that I have with elevation, you can accidentally activate it and screw yourself. Oh.
What are those for? Are they just for score?
Yes, they're just scores, so you can get extra lives. Because this one runs off of an arcade system, so if you earn enough points, you get a free man.
A free man.
I'm sorry, a 1-up for console gamers out there.
An extra life.
An extra life.
And then we destroyed all the life on Dagobah, and Yoda was sad. For he can't get his rare soups anymore. I swear, if there was a soup hut on Dagobah, it would solely be to serve Yoda. Oh, and so here we go. You can get additional blaster power-ups. Yay! But we're actually getting really close to the end of the level. People might notice the giant teeth-like things that we're on. Well, they're connected to our boss. So I couldn't find if this guy was actually a rejected design for an actual monster used in the movie, but this is Dagobah, which, if you hadn't already figured it out, is an anagram for Dagobah. So, giant mushroom monster that spits out worms.
I think it's just Dagobah spelled backwards.
Nope. I actually did the homework on that. There are a couple of letters in the wrong places. Because first of all, Dagobah, Dagobah. Doesn't really work. Maybe if they took the first and last letter and swapped them, but then again, that again would also be an anagram. That would just be taking the letters and redistributing them. And look at that ginormous mouth. Oh my gosh. So this is kind of your early on... This is the crap to expect from frickin' Vader, because it's a battle of endurance. He who survives longest wins.
Really? Is this mostly who survives?
Uh-huh. Because you can't even do damage to this guy until you beat all of the targets on his head.
Woo!
Sorry, guys, round 2.
Force power.
You can't even do damage to him. Like, look at his boss gauge.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening. You have to beat all of his upper parts, and then you can damage him. So in the meantime, you actually have to teach yourself, like, we have to avoid its mouth, and we have to keep jumping so that we can hit all this stuff consistently. We have to rig it so that we can get as many hits as possible. All that fun stuff. But I will admit, if this design had shown up later in Star Wars, it would have fit. This would have been nasty, and in fact, I would like to personally think that this was the thing that swallowed R2 on Dagobah when they first arrived. Even though I have been told by a few people that I think it's been written to be another Dianaga that eats R2.
Oh.
So I guess it's been written that the Dianaga originate from Dagobah, although I've never found that myself. Can I do it? Second to last part. We have to kill his nose, too. Oh, come on! Okay, one more target.
Stay on target.
I can't do it, I'm too fat. I can't lift myself with the force. Ah, jeez, this is the hardest target to hit. There we go. So now we can do damage to him.
And he's orange.
And it's a lot of like, the lightsaber does not do as much damage as the blaster in this game, guys. I don't know if you've realized this. And
Wow.
this fight literally requires you to use the saber. Especially since I don't have plasma, which would nuke this guy. If I had plasma on the blaster, I'd be blasting the living hell out of him. So you have to just be careful. Use your force as you go along. Heal as you go along. As you guys can see, I don't have a whole lot of force, so it's not healing for a lot. The last four dots. Can we do it? More dots! More dots! Hit it like you mean it! Half. Last one.
Oh my gosh.
1 freaking %, Alex. Half. There we go!
Ah, he's dead.
Bye, Dagobah. Everybody say bye-bye to Dagobah. Because, meanwhile... Han, I thought you knew this, Lando.
Like, that was a long time ago. I'm sure he's forgotten by now.
You said it, Fuzzball. Welcome to Bespin Cloud City.
Bespin.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need the Billy D. Williams. Welcome, everyone, to Cloud City.
Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. I'm the administrator here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lando. You guys don't realize this. It's fun doing the Billy D. Williams voice.
Billy
it really
D
is.
so awesome.
It is hilarious to do the Billy D. Williams.
Billy.
Sorry, Lando, I'm just destroying a lot of your stuff here.
It's okay because I'm Lando. I'll just spawn it back in 5 seconds. We love you, Billy D. Even though you probably will never show up in the new trilogy. And even though your character sucks in the new Battlefront.
Of course it does, because everything sucks in that game.
Well, the entire premise, like, you haven't played the character. I have. All of it's based on misdirection. So unlike Han, who has, like, grenades and stuff like that, no. Lando has smoke bombs. And sure, the other part of that is that he can basically see through the smoke and be able to shoot people, but his blaster's horrible! Han Solo's blaster is like the best freaking solo blaster in that damn game. And for those who are debating, like, which Battlefront are we talking about? The bad one!
Obviously the bad one.
Lando wasn't even a character in 2005. Sorry, Billy D. He wasn't.
Always shafted, poor Lando.
Oh, poor Lando.
It makes you probably just want to go and play the first Battlefront, huh?
No, not really.
No, it's just the second one, 2005.
Yeah.
No, I already played Battlefront 2 for a review that'll come out a little bit closer to the holidays. No, I'm not recommending it to people.
The second one?
No, yeah, I'm not
The
recommending
EA
it.
second one.
Yeah, the EA second one. I'm not recommending it.
Well, what about the first one?
The
First EA one? Absolutely not. If you want a good experience, go play the original Battlefront.
Go play
Battlefront
the
2.
original.
And even then, I'd only recommend Battlefront 2 to you.
Yeah,
It has the more features.
and it's a lot more polished.
So if you thought Echo Base was bad, Alex, welcome to Bespin, where these doors will open all the time, and it
Greedos
becomes
will
a
come out.
problem. Because you have droids following you, and you have these random bounty hunters that are out to collect your head. Do you see the problem yet? Ouch! Damn it!
Freaking droids everywhere.
Freaking droids. Freaking droids, freaking cannons. Everything is out to kill you. I think Lando did remember, Han.
It did indeed.
And even better, those orbs up above, you can't kill them.
Oh, that sucks.
Can't kill them. You have to just endure them. So in a lot of cases, you guys might get used to me doing this in Bespin. I will farm these doors for bounty hunters just to get my health gauge back up. Because, you know, you're not going to get a better opportunity.
Shields.
That, and, you know, we have to figure out the whole platforming thing. But actually, the sad reality is we're actually near the end of the game right
Yeah.
now. Bespin is where things are starting to... Obviously, Empire, they wrapped up here, but people might mention, like, you know, they left out a lot of levels. This is another criticism that Super Empire gets. They left out a lot of key stuff.
Jeez, they don't give you a chance to jump
they really
up for
don't.
the door.
There's really not much.
I mean, in particular, there could have been an additional Dagobah level, which is the cave.
Oh, yeah.
Like
true.
going into the cave. That would have been really cool to see art of that, but they deemed that since this was a kid's game, that was too heavy.
Did you just roll?
I did. That's the cool ability that Han gets compared to Luke.
I can roll, kid.
Oh yeah? Well, I can M. Bison slide, old man. Let's just both be honest, they're both useful in their ideal situations. Does this sound like Life Day to you, old man? I don't care. How many people actually know what I'm talking about? Stand on your heads.
What did you say?
Life Day.
Life Day?
Yeah. Oh, you wonderful soul. You've never seen them.
No,
Good.
I don't think so. What are you talking about?
The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, that, yeah.
Not even B. Arthur could save that crap.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've just seen the Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
I think I once
and
caught
Leia's
like part of
singing.
that Ewok show that was like on Disney Channel once.
The Ewok Adventure?
Yeah.
No, it was a legit movie. So that's going to go ahead and do it for us. Stay tuned for part 5 where we continue on in Bespin.